All right, everybody on YouTube is doing their predictions for the year, and you guys know I love doing some Theory Hammer, so I figured let's do some thinking. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season, coming to you from a rainy day here in Los Angeles today. Now, I have a huge prediction. I'm going to save it to the end of this video, so be sure to stay tuned throughout this entire video, and as always, hit that like button, subscribe to the Beeranid 40K cult of subscribers, and with that out of the way, let's look at some things that I think we're going to see in 2019. So, 2019 is here. Well, 2019 is the 30th anniversary for the release of Space Hulk's first edition in 1989. This has always been thought of as one of GW's best specialist games, and although they've released updates every once in a while and a video game here and there, the last edition of the board game has been out of print since 2014, leaving the only place to find a copy right now being eBay and other second-hand retailers that sell the game for 2 to 3 times the original cost. Now, I think something that would be awesome to see in 2019 would be a Space Hulk supplement with Kill Team somehow, but that's just me wishing out loud. Maybe the Arena supplement we've had a recent reveal for will give us something like that. There's been a little bit of a tease for that, but an updated version of Space Hulk itself with some new rules or a slight change or two is something I'd be sad to see not hit the shelves in 2019, especially with the decent amount of success that GW recently saw with their new Space Hulk video game. And speaking of the slimy gene stealers, the GSC Codex and the new models, of course, are something that we're going to see in 2019. Now, I've been following this very closely. You guys know that the cults, they're my favorite faction. I love them. And so I had a little discussion with a GW representative, and they basically told me that there was a recent meeting that the GW reps had where they talked about cults in this big meeting, and he seemed pretty sure that the cult pre-orders would not come out until at least February. Now, I just read the pre-order list coming out for next week, and so far nothing is coming out for the cults next week, so it does look like the GW representative I spoke with was correct, and the Cult Codex is going to be out in February at the earliest. However, we do know it's coming, and with all those new models, it's going to be an interesting one. Cults have recently started to have some success in tournaments, thanks to the availability of Aberrants and the new Abominant HQ from the Tooth and Claw box set. However, with this box now going out of print as of this week, we'll need those Aberrants and Abominants to get a separate release, so I'm hoping we're going to see that come out in 2019 as well. And like I said, everybody knows I like cults. Well, most of you know I love Kill Team too. And one of the big things I think we'll see in 2019 is Kill Team Inquisition. Now, we got to talk about this for a second because this supplement was talked about in the earliest leaks for Kill Team as one of the first 3 supplements that we'd have come out for the game. This was back when we didn't know Rogue Trader was going to be part of Kill Team, and when we had no idea what Commanders even was. The internet got a tip from somebody saying Kill Team would have 3 supplements in 2018. Rogue Trader, Commanders, and Kill Team Inquisitor. We have 2 of these 3 now, so the leaked information has been good on its word so far. But that's one that's still missing. It's Kill Team Inquisitor. So with 2019 officially here and the teaser for the new Arena supplement coming, some folks are wondering now, is there even going to be an Inquisitor supplement at all? However, if we go back and remember, this is the same source that told us about Commanders when we had no idea that was even a thing, and Rogue Trader, which we thought was going to be its own game system. I do still think we're going to see an Inquisitor release. The timelines have shifted with this rumor from the beginning, so I'm not surprised that 2018's prediction was incorrect. Something seems to have changed the order of the releases already, since according to the leak, Commanders was originally supposed to come out first before the Rogue Trader supplement. And there's the fact that the Rogue Trader rulebook itself referenced Commanders multiple times. That kind of lends even more credibility to this. So simply put, I do believe that Commanders was supposed to come out first because you can't make full use of Rogue Trader without it. So in the end, another timeline shift for the release is not surprising to me. This just means that I do still think that Inquisitors is real, and I do think we're going to see it in 2019. So I have one last prediction. This is a big one, and I'm sure it's something that some people might not want to hear, some people might not agree with, but I'm going to say it anyway. So keep in mind, this is purely speculation, and I'm going to tell you why I think the way I do as I go. So what is it? I think that in 2019, we're going to begin to see signs of the eventual release of Warhammer 40,000 9th edition. Even if the actual drop takes place sometime, say in 2020, I think that we'll start to see a shift in GW. 6th edition only lasted 2 years. 7th lasted from 2014 to 2017. Now we've had 8th edition since 2017, and we're looking at the Cult Codex coming soon. Now people are clamoring for new Primarchs. The Fluffhounds are wondering about Primaris and their relation with Chaos. Why can't we take Chaos Primaris? And with so many factions now with their Codex, it has me wondering how much longer GW is going to let this edition go. Now, as I said, this is speculation, but I'd be hardly surprised to see talk of the new edition start to crop up sometime this year, even if the actual drop isn't until 2020, like I said earlier. I think from now, the next year and a half is a long time for GW to sit on things like the Sororitas models and ride the wave of 8th while still keeping shareholders happy. Purely from a business owner's standpoint, there are 4 quarters to think of now in 2019 and the first 2 quarters of 2020 that they are going to be expecting profits on. So GW will need to maximize profits on the cults and the Sororitas, along with Kill Team and the Shadespire releases in the next few quarters. And then if I were to guess, I'd say that they're going to be beating shareholders away with a stick if they don't go along with the idea to start all over again. We do have Arena and Inquisitors for Kill Team releases. We have releases coming this month for Lord of the Rings and Shadespire. There's the Cult Codex coming soon. And we've seen the digital trailers for the Sororitas models, and we have a beta codex already for them thanks to the latest chapter approved. This means that GW can make it through a few quarters easily without an update to Big Hammer, but Big Hammer is their biggest product. And yes, the other IP helps, but Big Hammer keeps the wheels turning and the lights on. There are only so many Primaris lieutenants that a company can sell somebody. And with chapter approved, Cities of Death, and the Vigilus supplement, we're already seeing some experimental new ways for things like deployment, the generation of new custom faction heroes, new approaches to 40k missions, and so on, which could very well be a trial run for more official things to come in the future. We could very well be paying to playtest GW's ideas for 9th edition as we speak, with some of the new things recently released and those coming in the near future. And with the fans on one side asking for new information, new narrative, things like new Primarchs, shareholders on the other side screaming profits, profits, there are only so many solutions that tick all the boxes. 9th edition does this, and I'd almost be willing to bet money that come December of this year, I would be surprised if we aren't talking about a new edition in a more serious manner and say waiting for its release in the following summer or something to that effect. So that's my prediction. What do you think of them? What would you most like to see this year from GW? Do you see something differently or have something else to add to what I've said in this video? Well, let me know about it in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching. I wish all of you the best in this year, and I hope that you have an amazing 2019. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. This is Beeranid 40K, and we'll talk again soon.